So there was one manifesting technique that I am convinced is part of the reason I was able to manifest the man who became my husband super, super fast. If you all don't know my story, when I set out to manifest the man who became my husband, I manifested him in less than a month. He came in very, very quickly. And part of why I was successful in manifesting him is because of this very technique I'm going to teach you. For myself, I love teaching manifesting, and it's for this reason, because I know that many of the things that I have in my life, I would not have them without the process of manifesting. So I'm deeply passionate on teaching you techniques like this and other processes on how to manifest the greatest love of your life, because that's what I've done for myself, and I want us all to be able to do this. Before I jump in, I want you to know that I just released a new free ebook called 4 of the Most Important Steps to Manifest the Greatest Love of Your Life. So if you want to get your hands on that ebook, I would love for you to have it. It's completely free. Just comment love in the comments below and we will get you a copy ASAP. So with that, let's jump into the technique I use to manifest my husband twice as fast. So of course, there's a lot of techniques that I personally use when I was manifesting my husband. I've talked about that before, and I'll post a video at the end that will tell you the exact techniques I did use when I was manifesting marriage into my life. But this particular technique is the one. It is the one that I feel is the most potent. It is such a significant technique for people manifesting love. And the technique is inner conversations. So first, let me tell you why inner conversations is such an important technique, what makes it so significant when manifesting love. And then I'm going to teach you exactly how to do it to really get the most of it and speed up that manifestation so you can manifest your greatest love. So the reason inner conversations is so potent is for 2 particular reasons. Number 1, an inner conversation is an imaginal act. And as you probably know, when it comes to manifesting, that's really what we want to do. We want to create imaginal acts of having our desire already. So often people get confused on how to do imaginal acts. They get a little tripped up about the visuals. With inner conversations, you don't need any of that. All you have to do is imagine having a conversation with someone. You don't have to see any visuals with it, and you could even write it down if that's easier for you. But essentially, you're just imagining having some sort of conversation with another person. The way I like to do inner conversations when it comes to manifesting love is to have a lot of conversations with my love. So if you're manifesting a future love, you're going to want to have those inner conversations with that person. And I'll teach you exactly how to do it in a second. The second reason inner conversations are so potent is because they bring you into the state of the wish fulfilled. In particular, when it comes to a relationship. So what is the state of the wish fulfilled? It's the felt experience you would have if you already were in the relationship. There's a felt experience of being connected. There's a felt experience of being loved. There's a felt experience of being chosen and adored. And when you do an inner conversation, you activate that felt experience inside of you. Think about it. When you're in a relationship, what are you doing? What are the things that make you feel connected? It's often being in a conversation or connecting with your person in some way, exchanging little words to each other. This is what activates that sense of being loved and connected and being in a relationship. And for that reason, doing inner conversations is a very potent way to go directly into the wish fulfilled of being in this relationship now. When we go into the wish fulfilled of being in the relationship now, that's how we manifest it into our life. So now let's jump into exactly how to do inner conversations to make them incredibly potent. So the first step to doing an inner conversation in a really potent way is you want to ask yourself, what would I love to hear from the love of my life? So if I was in this amazing relationship, what are some of the things I would love to hear? When I was manifesting my husband, I asked myself that question, and some of the things that came up for me were, I'd love to hear, you're the most beautiful woman I've ever met. I've never known anyone like you. I'm so into you. I'm so into our relationship. I'm all in. I want to be with you. I want to have a family with you. I want to have a future with you. These are just some of the things that when I was imagining the man that I wanted to be with, these are the things I would have loved to hear from him. So that's step one. So the second thing you want to do when creating these very potent inner conversations is you want to imagine, what would I be saying in return? So if I was hearing all these beautiful things from my love, if he was just showering these words onto me, what would I say in response to him? I would say things like, I love you more than anything in the world. I'm so happy in our relationship. I want to be with you. This is the happiest I've ever been in my life. I can't believe this is happening. I've dreamt of this day. I want to spend my life with you. What would you say in return? You want to think of that. And if it's helpful, just write these statements down. So after you have those two pieces, what they would say to you and what you would say in return, practice thinking those thoughts. Practice imagining those conversations. You can even just have a note paper and just write them down. Write down what he says and then write down what you say back. And then what does he say? And then what do you say back? Just practice the inner conversations as much as possible. This is a very simple but very potent manifesting technique. And I will tell you, it works so, so well. When I manifested my husband into my life, he came in saying some of the exact things that I had written down. And I actually show this to people in my I Do course. I have screenshots of the notes I wrote down, which were things like, you're a goddess. I'm in love with you. I've never met a woman like you before. And he came in saying those things to me. In fact, he still says those things to me to this day. So I definitely recommend inner conversations as one of the number one techniques for you to manifest the greatest love of your life. I promise you, if you really implement this technique, you enjoy it while you're doing it, it will be responsible for calling this love into your life as quickly as possible. Now, I would love to hear from you in the comments below. What would you love to hear from the love of your life? Give me a comment below with the statement that you're going to start practicing for your inner conversations. Also, if you want to get your hands on my new ebook, just comment love below and I will make sure you get a copy of that. And finally, if you want to learn the exact steps that I personally use to manifest my husband, you can check out this video right here. Thanks so much for being here with me. I love being here with you. See you soon. Bye.